All right, now come on in, everyone. Have a seat on my bus. Hit thumbs up, okay? However, it is that you decide to support the show, what I care the most about, although I should care more about money than anything, I care if you hit thumbs up. I care if you share the stream. Some people send super chats, some people send cash apps. All that is great and appreciated, but make sure y'all hit thumbs up. Come on in. Happy hump day to you. Today's show is heavy. It's heavy, it's heavy, it's heavy. Let's just keep it a buck. I'm your girl, the plainest Jane. I like to do my best to deliver y'all some of the best Black news and breaking celebrity updates over here on my channel. Shout out to everybody in the live chat. Shout out to all of my channel members. And listen, we live. We are live. The following video is broadcasting live, and thank you for being my studio audience. Thank you for hitting thumbs up and subscribing to my channel for more Black news, celebrity entertainment, and a splash of controversy. All right, as always, I tell y'all to mind your mental peace, check in on whatever invisible problems are going on in your world. You have no business dibbling and dabbling into celebrity business or real world, especially negative real world news, unless you've tackled your own spiritual warfare, okay? Before I get into breaking this down, I'm just going to go right ahead and give you the biggest trigger warning I can. This video, we are going over some deleted footage, right? This video archive of this Frank James, it has been deleted. I was able to download a lot yesterday. Now, granted, we're not going over everything I downloaded because I downloaded hours worth of footage, but we are going to go over which is what I find to be an admission and him actually admitting to having had planned this over an amount of time. So I got some footage from, I believe it's March 24th, that we are going to review. It is explicit. He uses a lot of foul language. I won't even get into describing him right now. He uses a lot of foul language. So this is alarming. There'll be foul language. It's disturbing. And there are a lot of him articulating plans to end lives. So listen, if you got kids in the room, please remove your kids or turn this down. I know some people might watch me with the kids around, with the volume up. This stuff will give you the heebie-jeebies. This brother right here, he was sick. He was mentally
This is a sick Negro.
This Negro was sick. Okay, I'm not even lying. Like my jaw was on the floor listening to him talk, and he's just so casual about it. It's just crazy. So checking on yourself, mind your mental peace. If you need to click away and not watch this or watch it later, hey, I ain't mad at you. Okay, make sure you all subscribe and thumbs up or down. Either way, I appreciate it. But make sure you think critically and independently, regardless of what you hear from me or anybody else. Now, for legal purposes, all things stated in this video are alleged in accordance to reports, and there is a full copyright disclaimer in full effect. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
The plainest Jane. This is one of my favorite comments here. She says, I loves me some Black, and she said, loves me some Black news. She says, is it just me, or does anyone else get tired of seeing people that don't look like them delivering info about them day in and day out?
This news today is something else. By this point, we have all heard about 62-year-old James Frank. He has since been apprehended. As of this morning, the manhunt was still on. It was a little over 30 hours before they caught him. And believe it or not, there were two ways in which they caught him, right? First, he had been made. Someone spotted him at a McDonald's. He trying to order this processed food, and someone saw him there. They called the Crime Stoppers tip hotline. But also, this fool called in and told on himself and told him, I'm the guy you're looking for. Come catch me. You know, in my mind, he really wanted to chase, and he felt like he was going to be able to run and have him chase him and get some sort of adrenaline off of that. Because I do have footage of him admitting that he's terrified of jail, but that's a whole nother thing. Listen, I got into analyzing and doing a deep dive into his social media last night, one of his very extensive video archives. And what I was able to conclude is he has been fantasizing about killing people for years. For years, he's been fantasizing about killing people, and death and violence has just been on his mind for an extensive amount of time. Now, in March, he posted a meme that literally said, they say the pen is mightier than the sword. I say the bullet is mightier than both of them. Please don't make me prove it. He was also very pro Kyle Rittenhouse. He had a lot of posts in homage and kind of wanting to replicate more of what Kyle Rittenhouse had done. Like I said, he is in police custody right now. They were offering a $50,000 reward for tips that could directly lead to his arrest. He was believed to have been armed and dangerous. He has addresses in Philly and Wisconsin. Let's listen to, I've got a couple of different things lined up for us to listen to. Let's take the first sneak peek into the mind of this sick Negro.
This is Prophet True Channel, but I am the Prophet of Doom. That's my original name, the Prophet of Doom. That's what I've called myself since I've been on YouTube. What do you think that? What do you think that's? So what do you want from me? Doomsday is actually about to be here. We're actually about to experience Doomsday. So of course, why would you want to watch and listen to Prophet of Doom? Not mad at you one bit. But I'm going to talk about it because it has to be talked about. We need to know why we're going to die. We need to know why we're going to be.
This is some pretty crazy stuff. And as Smooth Art Design Lab said, yeah, his video archive was still up this morning. I was still very much watching it this morning. I watched it before I went to bed last night. I watched it when I got up this morning. And I went to go refresh one of the pages. Luckily, it was a video I had already downloaded just to kind of study him a bit, right? And around about 1 o'clock, I noticed I hit play on a video in a tab that I had already had up and loaded. And as I hit play, boom, his channel was deleted. Make sure you connect with me on Twitter and on Instagram, but more specifically Twitter, because I give a lot of updates. I've been giving breaking news about him, his capture, and all that other stuff as this stuff progresses. And when I put it together in video form, it's just the ultimate but I do give, mild updates all throughout the day. And there's a lot of friendly chaos that I cause on there. But nonetheless, he rented a U-Haul in Philly, okay? Like I said, he was a sick Negro because he left a whole paper trail for himself. I mean, he rented this U-Haul that he's driving. You'll see the U-Haul in the B-roll footage here. And basically, he also left his credit card and things like outside of the, it's like he wanted them to find him. So again, this is Frank James. He is a suspect, or was a suspect, in the New York City subway shooting that took place on April 12th, leaving 23 people injured. When we go through his video archive, and we're going to watch this video together, it's about 22 minutes long in a while, which is why I said definitely get your kids out the room. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Because these videos are laced with violent goals and aspirations. Listen, this man was sick. He was sick. He was, not only was he an extremist, he was a terroristic conspiracy theorist. It was bananas. It was like he was obsessed with 9/11. It was like he was obsessed with nuclear weapons. Like, this brother was so thrown off, it's not even funny. I just couldn't believe it. And it was clear that he was mentally ill to me. Although I can see how maybe some people might have missed that if you don't like pay him any mind. But nonetheless, as you know, he's a terroristic conspiracy theorist. It's going to be interesting to see what type of charge they stick him with. He alluded a lot to the inevitable death of himself and others quite frequently across a lot of different videos, across a lot of different years that I was actually able to observe. One thing that this brother was really pissed off about, this is Uncle Rukus, right? If y'all have seen the Boondocks, Uncle Rukus is this anti-Black guy that speaks bad about Black people and calls them niggas as an insult, almost like he forgets that he's Black himself. This guy, and you see, I got Uncle Rukus right here on the screen because, like, this is literally who this man is. Go figure, they literally look alike, in my opinion. He was definitely anti-white. He was definitely a racist. He goes, and we're going to listen to these rants and stuff like that. He hated white people. He hated Black people, baby. He hated everybody. Everybody he hated. He was crazy. He spent a lot of time complaining about homelessness and homeless people being in the subway stations and in general. He went on talking about how irritated he is with Black people in America. Like I said, he is literally Uncle Rukus to the upteenth exponent. You know, he has been planning something drastic to make his hopes come, true, of the inevitable death of himself and others. And this has just been going on for a while, based off of what he's been expressing on his social media for well over 5 years, I was able to find. Now, I did find a video of him on March 27th where he basically confirms renting an Airbnb in New York that he rented until April the 15th. Now, mind you, this is something that took place yesterday, which was April 12th. So although he's in police custody, his card was used and he still paid up till Friday. So he's still paying for a couple of days and he's staying in the jail. But nonetheless, this is a lot. Let's go ahead and listen to this clip right here. He also won the lottery one time, and I'm going to show y'all his lottery ticket. I believe it was 2003 he won a lottery. He only hit for $5,000, but I did my research on this brother, and I'm like, how is such a, an evil person trying to kill a lot of unknown, strangers? And he was obsessed with talking about just mass transit and causing danger there. How is a brother like this hitting the lottery? Make it make sense. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into this 2-minute video clip. Then we're going to take some time and get into the 22 minutes of footage where he really lays out his plans in New York and his aspirations in general to exterminate everyone. Okay. Make sure y'all hit thumbs up on this stream. I did a lot of work to make sure I was accurate, not first, but accurate in bringing you my perspective and the way in which I'm regurgitating this information. So let's hit it.
Everything they go this, I keep telling you the same thing. White people and black people, as we call ourselves, should not have any contact with each other. You still refuse to understand this. You want to make up some fucking story about some Jesus and the Bible said dumb shit. They don't see it that way. They hate your fucking guts. And why do they hate your guts? Because they know that your rightful place is as a fucking slave in this country. They know that. You're the only one that doesn't realize that. And now you want to be equal to them by force. They didn't choose to elect, they didn't elect to make you equal. You had to force them to make you an equal. And now they're just getting more angry and more angry. The anger is building up. And nothing can happen here differently than what happened over in Europe with the Jews. I want you to believe that that's possible. I want you to delude yourself and tell yourself this fucking punk ass bullshit about that could never happen here. That could never happen here. Those are famous fucking last words. That could never happen here. Yes, it fucking could, and it will. And if they try to exterminate us, I would not be mad at them one fucking bit, because a nigga, and that's the fuck you are, refuses to understand that you have a serious problem that you have not dealt with since they so-called set you free, and they didn't set you free, they turned you fucking loose. You cannot set free a domesticated animal. You can only turn it loose. And that's what was done to you. And your refusal to understand that means the death of your children. Means their early exit off this fucking planet. Your inability to understand that means your children are going to die and be killed in all kinds of ways. Like I told you about the levees in New Orleans. Negro sitting there, hey, well, the white man going to fix it. And he did. He fixed it so it break again. And drown your ass out on cue. So you trust and believe in something, again, you love something that doesn't love you. Never did and never will. And these sick, mentally ill individuals are getting more and more angry, more and more.
I know he did not just try to pull the card of an angry, mentally ill person. Baby boy. Not baby boy. Old man. Because, baby, I found a mugshot that was in black and white from this man. This man have been in jail so many times. Matter of fact, let me go through. He had 9 prior New York arrests, right? 9 times in the past, he's been arrested in New York from the years of 1992 and 1998. 3 prior arrests in New Jersey in the years 1991, 1992, and 2007. He's terrified of jail, and I have that clip to show you as well. And this was an angry Negro. Not only was he a sick Negro, he was an angry Negro, and he's mentally ill. So the nerve of him to talk down on angry, mentally ill people. This is some Uncle Rukus shit. Uncle Rukus would talk shit about black people and how they were a disgrace, and as if he wasn't black. Brother, if you ain't the pot calling the kettle black, look in the mirror. Then again, the mirror would break because you are very unattractive.
This is a sick Negro.
Agitated, more and more armed, more and more agitated, organized, and the result is your death. There's going to be a race war. Or possibly, if Putin doesn't drop the bomb, that's another way that you be gotten rid of, through a race war. Not fair to deal with that. I know you think you're, man, I wish you motherfuckers would get your dick. You ain't gonna do shit but die. These motherfuckers up in the woods practicing and doing all kinds of shit, getting ready, doing 800 push-ups, a fucking hour, whatever it is, getting ready. They're gonna get rid of you. And the sad part about it, as I said in my last video, is not that we're gonna be dead. The sad part about it is that's where the fuck we need to be. So born in the insane asylum. When you think about that, a child being born in the insane asylum, and all it knows is craziness and madness. And as it grows up, that craziness and madness becomes normal. That one child, now adult, sees crazy and insane as normal because it was born into the situation.
Y'all seen that picture at the end? Because honestly, like, what is wrong with
Because it was
you,
born into the situation.
brother? This man was so sick. So sick. Should we go to the bush yet, or should we not? Should we just, honestly, when I was looking at this stuff last night and just watching, I said, there's no way. Like, he was an extremist. And I can tell that he's been talking about this for so long. And I'm sure a lot of people felt like you've been talking, because, he was on Facebook doing the same thing. We're going to pull up some Facebook posts, and like, it was really crazy. And I'm sure he had been talking about it for so long that people felt like, you ain't going to do nothing. Like, you just talk crazy. Like, no, this brother was sick. Okay. I'm sorry, this guy's face on the screen cracks me up every time. This is how I was staring at the screen watching his videos like last night, because I couldn't believe he's so crazy. Sorry. Let me go to the bush. Wait.
It was gone.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really. I don't understand. I swear to God, I don't understand.
So let's get into the next thing. I can't. This brother is sick.
This is a sick Negro.
I can't. Okay. So the next part that we're going to get into is him on this long tangent in New York. He's in New York. He's in the hotel. He's talking about the day he got there, the day he going to check out, where his storage locker is, things he got to get out his storage locker. Now, they done raided his home already. They ain't find nothing. That's because, you know why? There was no reason his video archive wasn't taken down last night. Why is it that the people online, the people on YouTube and etc. are better, social media detectives, as some people like to say? We was all up and through his stuff last night. We're like, hello, like, are y'all gonna look here? He's telling about his locker, this, that. Ain't nothing at his house. Is you crazy? Like, it's in the locker that he was talking about. We gonna listen to it. So, like I said, there was a mugshot, and this is how I knew it was his video archive, right? They're releasing these mugshots, and there was one of him in the van, the main one. The one of him in the van, and it had 3 different pictures in the background, right? 2 different pictures on the background in the van. And I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at this video archive, because when it first started, it went viral low-key quietly last night, right? It was very late. And you'll see here, and here's kind of blown up, but you see this paper behind his head to the right? His left, our right. And there are 2 of them. There's one above his head and there's one beside his head. And so at first it was like, this is believed to be Frank James. It's believed to be but you look his YouTube videos, the same exact background as these images that they're releasing. I'm like, this is really him. Like, this is really him in the van and everything else. So it was pretty crazy. So I was able to confirm that last night, but nonetheless, this stuff has been up here. You know what I mean? So I don't know if they need detectives online. I don't know. But online, we were definitely on it. And they deleted his video archive around 1 p.m. today. I'm in Baltimore Stand Up, Eastern Standard Time. Around about 1 p.m., the video archive went down. All of his social media, all of his video archives went down. I was able to download and dig through one of them, okay? And I think that we'll go over some more of the footage that I have at a later date, but I didn't want this video to be ridiculously long. So let's go ahead and get into this this guy, well, first of all, let's get into him being afraid to go to jail. He unloaded at least 33 rounds from a gun that he brought from a pawn shop, that he bought from a pawn shop in Ohio over 10 years ago, right? And in the bag, there was a hatchet, there were 2 gas canisters, a single automatic handgun that jammed. Luckily, there were no fatalities. Everyone is expected to be okay. In fact, many of the victims have actually already been released from the hospital. So this brother really thought that this was going to be like a big bang, like that he was going to take a whole city or a state. Like he really thought, and it just wasn't that. Prayers up to everyone who was injured, but it just goes to show you how sick he was. He thought he was about to like duplicate 9/11 or something, and he just set off what he set off. Very weird. Let's get into the shortest clip, and then we're going to get into the longest clip. Okay.
He was like one of the leaders of the cell block that he was in, whatever the case may be. I don't know how you call it. I'm not trying to think about prison and going to fucking prison. Scared to death. You ain't got to scare me straight. I scared myself straight. I saw Scared Straight when it first came out. I saw Scared Straight. That shit scared me. That scared me straight when the first back in 1980, I think it was when that shit came out. Motherfucker said, take off your shoes, motherfucker. The man, give me them shit. The fuck are you talking? Stand up. All right, so I'm back here for the video. I'm going to tell this video one a day.
Okay, so this is the one that's 22 minutes long. That's the thing. He used to crack himself up online. That's what really, it would drive me. It really had me looking at the screen like, what in the world? Because he would really be cracking himself up. Like, wasn't nothing funny that he was saying, but he would be, you know how I couldn't stop laughing like 4 minutes ago? He would be cracking up so bad. I'm like, oh, this brother is crazy. Like, he really up here, like, laughing. Like, something is so wrong. Something is so wrong. So brace yourself, because this next video, it's another one of his crazy rambles. You know what I mean? And you know what? When I first saw and I went through his footage, I thought that, I said, you know what? He's a sovereign citizen. If you don't know what a sovereign citizen is, look it up. They feel like none of the laws apply to them. The government is out to get them. I'm not saying the government isn't out to get you, but like it's an extreme, right? A sovereign citizen is an extremist with regards to politics, but they feel like the law just doesn't apply to them, which means that they don't pick a side. They feel like the left, the right, the middle, all of it. And they go through extreme lengths to prove that they are an individual entity. The government is fake. Like there's a lot, right? But as I continue to think about it, and which is why I didn't want to rush on, I'm like, he's not a sovereign citizen. He's picked a side. He's just not all up there. Like his elevator doesn't go to the top. Like he's just an extremist, and all extremists aren't sovereign citizen. He's picked a side, which is niggas ain't shit, but white people also ain't shit. And we gonna talk about the law, but you know, just weird stuff. So not to try to articulate his mentality, because it's definitely something that we be trying to sit here all day doing. But when I tell you brace yourself for this video, please do. Please do.
All right, so I'm back here for the video. I'm going to tell this video one a day. What a fucking day, man. I want you to look at the background. Where I'm at now. I'm in the same hotel. I haven't changed hotels. But does it look different to you at all? And if you say it does look different to you, then the next logical question is, why does the background look different to you if I'm in the same fucking hotel that I registered in a few days ago? Why is that? Why is it different? It was early in the morning. 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the fucking morning, I realized my fucking heater dropped dead. The heater that provides the heat to the room malfunctioned. And there was an error message. The motherfucker wouldn't come back on. And so I had to call the front desk and tell them about it. So I needed, she said she would change my room, right? The only problem is I had to put half the shit from my locker, you know, that I'm supposed to lock up. I bought a lot of shit because I'm going to an Airbnb, and I bought it into the room. And I didn't feel like taking that shit back out to the truck. So I got a brainstorm and said, you know what, instead of doing that, let me just go to New York. I'll go to New York and just, you know, hang out in New York for a little while. I'll come back and you know. So I did that. I went to New York. That's the first time.
You heard that? I did that. I went to New York. So he's in New York. This is where he is now. Again, this happened on 4/12. He's a suspect. He's in this video confirming renting an Airbnb and this was March 27th, this video here. He's discussing explosives and nuclear weapons and alludes to the inevitable death of himself and others. And he really had an I don't give a attitude about it. He's like, I don't care. I'm going to die with a smile on my face and a song in my heart. And I'm going to die, and we all going to die. You all can't help it. That day is coming. Like, sick.
I don't know how many years. It's 2000 and, wow, must have been 18. I know I flew to New York. I did go to New York. And how many I did that? I think I got my taxes. Yeah, it went like 2018, some shit like that. But on this day, when I went to the city, oh my God. Eric Adams, what the fuck? What are you doing, brother? What's happening with this homeless situation? I got on the E-train, every fucking car, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Every car I went to was loaded with homeless people. And the odor, it was so bad, I couldn't even stand. I had to keep moving from car to car. I almost missed my train. Every car, homeless. That was the last stop with all these professional motherfuckers. Nobody. They laid out, God bless them, as they usually do. But there was nobody there to get them on train, give them service, none of that bullshit. Now I'm gonna give business with Doc and say he spoke a little, he talked that shit up too fast. And he I don't say it was talk, but he just said too much too soon about what he's gonna do. Because there's no way, obviously, he's making it happen. And then craziest shit I saw. Only in New York. Only in fucking New York. You see it on 34th Street and 7th Avenue. I'm walking down 34th Street. And this homeless, if I'm lying, this motherfucker was in the middle of the street. He had a big bundle of newspapers. And he was just flinging them shit in the air. Going down like, flailing, throwing as hard as he could. This whole newspaper. It's just flying everywhere.
This brother is cracking himself up in this room by himself, not on live. This was recorded. This wasn't a live. He recorded it and then uploaded it. And he despises homeless people and mentally ill people. And he's laughing about newspapers flying in the air, cracking himself up. And then he casually moves on to talking about blowing shit up and blowing people up. I mean, just casually within the same breath, as if the things are related. But homeless people are a trigger for him. White people are a trigger for him. Black people are a trigger for him. He feels like they all should die.
Only in New York, when you see some shit like that, he thought it's like he flicking it. He should fly like confetti. This is the way forward. Oh my God! What a fucking day! What a day, man! Went through, but it's finally over in here, this hotel. I'm out here tomorrow morning, and I spoke to the owner of the Airbnb, and she agreed to allow me to, enter the apartment or the house earlier than scheduled. Because I was supposed to come in at 3 o'clock. She said, "You come anytime you want to. Just come early when I have one come in the motherfucker." I said, "Okay, cool." So I'll be there I should be around 12 o'clock after everything's said and done. Because I gotta go back to my locker and get my fucking. I need my hoodie. I need my gloves. It's gonna be fucking 10 degrees tomorrow in some shit. Winter time again. But just for a couple of days, it's gonna turn spring like again. It's just this weather is really crazy, man, around this time. And now I gotta make a plan. I fucked around and overshot my money. So now I gotta wait till the 3rd to get my money before I can start looking for a place. It's crazy. I have money. I don't know how the fuck that shit did. Money just started going.
That's interesting, Frank. Frank, I didn't hear that the first time when I was recording this shit. So what happened is you fucked up your money probably buying these hammers and hatchets and 4th of July fucking sparklers and shit, because you damn sure didn't do enough to blow shit up. You thought you was up there with Osama and them. But you didn't even. Hopefully the people get it. So you messed up your money and you need to find a new place, meaning that you live paycheck to paycheck. You hate homeless people, but you was a paycheck or two away from them. Ooh, Uncle Rukus. I mean, you're not even one of those blacks that's like rich, feel like you're an elitist, and you just hate the poor black people. But you're poor. And you're also mentally unwell. I hope they don't let you claim insanity, because although you are clearly fucking off, you do need to be held accountable. And here's the reason why he needs to be held accountable. He has had at least 3 YouTube channels deleted because of this bullshit. He's been talking like this for a minute. And so he gets to talking as I'm watching this hours of stuff, like last night, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm watching. He's more dialed back on YouTube because he's been deleted before. He really shows his ass over on Facebook because the guidelines aren't as strict there. But he knows when he's uploading a video for YouTube, he knows that he can't say but to you. He's like, oh, let me watch what I'm saying. Or he will allude to things and talk in circles and describe it in a way where it's like, clearly you just said that though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was dialed back here, and he even said, oh, they going, you know, I keep coming back to YouTube. Like, so you know that what you're doing is wrong enough to the point where you know where the boundary is and you're trying to float beneath it, but you can't help yourself because you really want to hurt people because you're an ugly, lonely, poor nigga that don't know you black yourself, or you're in denial about it. Old as you is.
I'm buying 20-ounce steaks at fucking what's that buying? I'm up here buying fucking. I went today and bought me a fucking at Longhorn Steakhouse for a 20-ounce steak. But dumbass, I don't know, just spending money, giving they motherfucking $10 tips and buying shit I don't even need. Then he wasn't even paying attention to my money. My money ran low, and now I got. Wait till the I mean, I still got money, but it's not enough for me to be able to get into get my room right now. I just have to wait till the 3rd. You know, when my check comes in, I can start looking again. But in the meantime, you know, I'm just going to chill out in Airbnb. I got this to the 15th. You know, I'm scheduled to be in that spot. We're gonna make some videos over there too. I'm scheduled to be there to the 15th. And
who's we? Who's the we gonna make some videos? Who are you making videos with?
That's how it is. So this.
Say the name so they can lock them up too. Because anybody that you've been talking to that had a conversation with you, they got to be a sick Negro too, and they need to go. Yep.
This is a sick Negro.
Mm-hmm.
This day was like, I don't know what else happened. Some other shit happened, so I can't even tell you what it was. Like, just crazy shit, just crazy bullshit. But the crazy shit was the heater going out. After me telling you to go check the room, that's something else can happen. But hopefully, you know, and that was just a cheap hotel, but they just remodeled it. I mean, I like how it looks, you know. And the smallest thing, the only thing I would say they needed to do, okay, they got hard wood floor or whatever, semi wood floors in here. But at least put runners in, you know. Put a fucking mat at the front. At least put a mat, you know, put a couple of runners at the front door. That's what
you put a runner at the front door. It's just a strip of carpet. You broke?
Yeah, dude, you have to carpet the whole place. But at least they ain't even doing that. I don't know what that's about, but anyway. Then the shower, I will show you that shit. I'm taking a shower and the water's running out the fucking shower. I don't know. Anyway, I'm only here for one more night and I'm gone. And to Philly, I gotta go into my storage unit and get out gloves and shit because it's, you know, 90 below zero and all sort of crazy shit.
This is the first time he mentioned that storage unit. Listen, the way he keep these things, like I said, he left behind a bag that had a hatchet, 2 gas canisters, and a single automatic handgun that jammed. And he said numerous times, this is just 22 minutes of the video. The video was about an hour long, a little over an hour. So he's mentioning this locker. I got to go to my locker and get my gloves because it's cold. But the way he's mentioning that, and he continues to talk about nuclear weapons, and then he goes to say that the explosive that we used during 9/11, it was some government secret stuff. And that's kind of like what he's trying to, you know, so that's where you keeping you're not going to that locker for no gloves. You're not going to mention you're an extreme nigga. Like, it's more than gloves in that locker that you talk about. What you live on the road, you've been sleeping in that truck. You stay at bummy hotels that cost about $50 a night and complain when it's not luxury property. I mean, you a couch. All right.
And that's the story with that. Now, what else happened in the world today? Well, you know, the war in Ukraine. I haven't been paying attention much to that, but obviously that's still going on. And we're still poised to possibly experience a limited nuclear war, as I've been telling you. But notice this now. I told you in my last video. Notice.
How does he know we're going to experience a nuclear war? He talks about it like this is what he's alluding to. He is responsible. He wants to be a hand in nuclear wars, and then he talks about terrorism a lot too.
You haven't heard anything at all about terrorists. The word terror or terrorist has not been used at all since the end of this so-called war on terror. And I don't know what to tell you, man, but if you can't see that this whole thing is a setup from A to Z, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You just cattle. You're sheep.
Yeah, it's a setup. You set it up. The hell? Y'all can't see it's a setup. We can see. Ray Charles, you got on your sunglasses inside. Somebody said sunglasses inside. That's some extreme nigga shit. Yeah, no, we can tell it's a setup. You set it up. This is what we going through here talking about. How you set this shit up. You planned it. But you thought it was going to be a ba-bang, and it was really just a snap, crackle, pop. All right.
You're sheeple. You're not people. You're fucking sheeple. That's what you are. How do you defeat? I'm asking this again. How do you defeat a noun? Terror is a noun. That's what we've been fighting for the last 20 years. Yes, a war on terror. You mean we defeated the word terror? It makes no fucking sense. And again, if you watch these rockets that are designed to destroy buildings, hitting apartment buildings, and those buildings are still standing, yeah, they suffer a tremendous damage, but they're not collapsing to dust. Here you have 2 aluminum fucking planes hit the World Trade Centers, and they turned into fucking dust. Those were not missiles, those were just commercial airplanes made of aluminum. Mostly to make them light, else if they weren't light, they wouldn't be able to fly. Made the whole fucking structure. If you watch how those buildings were built, it took years. You had rebar and concrete laid on each floor that links together with the center core. How the fuck? But a stinking white bitch, working slob whore, wants to fuck with me about some bullshit. Now I realize she's about to, her children are about to be fucked out of their future. She wants to attack me, this stinking whore. Tell me about what I'm not as a man, human being. You stinking bitch. You're not even a human being. You white trash motherfucker.
Do y'all hear him? He go from talking about the shower, the water leaking out the shower, to runners and carpets, to 9/11, to these slurs that I'm not even finna repeat. When they talk about the mall being open, but nobody's shopping, elevator don't go all the way to the top, you're not the sharpest knife in the drawer, you're not the brightest crayon in the box, brother, get some help. Who is your peoples? Where they at?
But a stinking white bitch, working slob whore, wants to fuck with me about some bullshit. Now I realize she's about to, her children are about to be fucked out of their future. She wants to attack me, this stinking whore. Tell me about what I'm not as a man, human being. You stinking bitch. You're not even a human being. You white trash motherfucker. You're not even a human being. You're an object. That was proven on 1/11. You could have been in them buildings. They said, oh, wait. This real woman, hard-working, honest, tax-paying, church-going, American-loving women, we can't do this. They didn't get motherfucker. You stinking whore. I would kill you, but you're not worth the amount of time I have to do in jail. You know, killing you would be like killing a cockroach. And then I have to do a lot of time to do it. That's what you are to me. A water bug. You're not even a human being to me. Like it was a human being to the motherfuckers that did what they did to the World Trade Center. You ain't even a human being. You're a pawn in their game. They got you. You ain't know you in the same situation I'm in. You stinking white bitch. Talk that shit. You're lucky, you motherfucker. And I could have pissed on them hoes. I could have pissed on all them bitches. Oh yeah, piss tested all them bitches. I wouldn't even waste my time. Going to explain to me what happens. Here's a paycheck to paycheck, working slob.
Bitch, I know you did not just say paycheck to paycheck. You spilt your own tea 4 minutes ago. And you... This is why my face the whole time last night said, what? You can't be serious, buddy. Pal. Turn yourself in, you sicko. What the hell?
A garbage white bitch. A real white woman wouldn't even waste her breath on me. I'm a nigga. Why you waste you got so much passion and hate for me? I'm a nigga. I'm a nigga. You talking to me? You know you a piece of shit. You know you a piece of serious garbage. That she wouldn't even waste a real one. She wouldn't even waste it. Matter of fact, she wouldn't even look at me. You look at me, turn that, walk away from me. Walk. But a piece of garbage, a trail of trash, low down, low life, stinking, worthless, ought to be somewhere, ought to be dead white bitch. Has the audacity to go talk that shit. Tell me how you really feel, white bitch. I would tell you how I really feel. I would show you how I really feel, but I can't do that. You know, so I have to absorb whatever you say to me and keep on moving. But again, my final message to all these motherfuckers is fuck you. And your mama too.
Okay.
And I'll be whatever it is you want me to be. As long as I can make you what I want you to be. And I only want you to be one thing. And I'm not going to say what that is on this video. I'm not going to do that. So anyway, moving right along. I don't know what else I can talk about.
You hear that? Because he's been deleted a couple times. So he knows right and wrong. He just rides that line.
On this video, I mean, so much is going on, man. We went over the Cory Booker thing with him going off and, you know, talking about his ancestors, his grandmother, and who he loves, and this and that. We went through all that shit. But there's something else I want to talk about. I couldn't really, there's something that came to me recently that I want to talk about that I really can't remember what the fuck it was. I don't know if it had to do with that Cory Booker thing or something else, but there's some other shit we need to talk about, you know, that's pretty fucking deep. It's deep in terms of us understanding what's really going on around us and how we should be responding in a way that will allow our children to have some sort of future here, because right now they have none.
You sat here and said that you want to murder everybody, buddy. I know you're not trying to give advice on how to help people live longer when you planned on killing everybody. Make it make sense. Dream Out Loud, thank you so much for joining the channel. I really appreciate you supporting the channel that way. Listen, make sure y'all hit thumbs up. I'm going to hit play. We're going to continue to watch this, but make sure you support the stream in whatever way you can. It's free to hit thumbs up. Some people cash app, some people super chat, some people hit thumbs up and subscribe. Hey, thanks for letting me keep you connected and in the know with what's happening in the Black world. Don't forget to smash on that like button for support and for more Black news. Let's continue watching him.
Your children have no future. But you folks, again, that's what farm animals, white, black, doesn't matter. We're supposed to focus on each other. We're supposed to kill and destroy and hate each other. Not the motherfucker that is going to take us to the slaughter like they did on the morning of 9/11. Not them, but each other. This is what farm animals do. They attack each other. And not the motherfuckers going to take them to slaughter like they did on the morning of 9/11. As I stood, and as a matter of fact, I was right down the World Trade Center. And I looked right up at that building that replaced the World Trade Centers. It's an amazing sight. It really is. But again, that's an update, and that's something that is more efficient, effective, modern, no asbestos, and it's something that will stand the test of time. You can find a plane well, of course it's not going to happen. And it's amazing over 21 years that no other terrorist decided to take a plane and try to crash in any other buildings over in fucking Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, anywhere, but here in the United States. Isn't that amazing? So when I hear people want to express how they, please, man, tell me how you feel. I want to hear how you feel about me. What you think about me?
You want to hear what I think about you. I don't think you're ready for that. I don't.
This is a sick Negro.
Buddy, this is not what you want. This is not what you want.
Out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket. What do you gain from that?
And so he's amazed that there hasn't been a lot of terrorism, so to speak. Let me just go ahead and make this disclaimer as well. I am not condoning or encouraging this harmful, violent, or terroristic behavior or expression that he is giving off of any sort. I'm really reviewing this footage that I grabbed for educational and informational purposes only. Okay? Because I know he got deleted. He got booted out of here. This is to examine this sick Negro and really try to figure out how to prevent other Negroes from being this sick. That's what this is about here.
You silly fucking bitch. You useless whore.
Damn.
You're about to be dead. Your children have no future.
But I thought you was just giving people suggestions on how to create a better future, but then you tell them they about to be dead with their kids. Then you had a nerve to say in the other video, you black people need to understand your rightful place in this country is a slave. Y'all don't understand that. Like, what the fuck? You are sick.
Wait, on what planet? You don't. Don't you want to attack me and make me feel better about what? I don't feel better about. I know where I'm at. I know exactly where I'm at. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Oh.
I know exactly what I'm doing. And if I have any feelings of regret or doubt, or if I feel any sort of pain, I should feel pain. I should be hurt. But see, only I know why that's the case. But God willing, or whoever willing, that won't last much longer. Because with
you hear the way he's talking? I should be in pain, but that won't last much longer.
Pain. I should be hurt. But see, only I know why that's the case. But God willing, or whoever willing, that won't last much longer. Because if Putin gets to shooting, we're gonna get the pooping in our pants. Like I said, you lay in your bed, it's 12 midnight.
Putin get to shooting, he'll stop it. Yeah, he thought that was bars. But listen, at this point, he's describing the effects and how it would be for someone to wake up in their home midday to a nuclear bomb going off. Listen to this description.
Because if Putin gets to shooting, we're gonna get the pooping in our pants. Like I said, you lay in your bed, it's 12 midnight. You open up your eyes and it looks like it's 12 fucking noon. And that rush of energy bursts through your fucking window and incinerates your motherfucking ass. That's all for the best. That's what's gonna be. I see this as a build-up to that. I believe it's a build-up to that. I hope I'm wrong. No, I don't. But that's what I'm saying.
Describing the effects of a nuclear attack and saying, I hope it doesn't happen. I hope I'm wrong. But actually, I don't hope I'm wrong. So in other words, he's more scaled back here. He can't say, this is what I want to do. He's like, oh, I hope it don't happen. But actually, I don't hope that it don't happen. That's his way of saying that he does hope that it happens. He's being careful with his words here.
It's another false flag operation. It's another war on terror. But this is going to be the big one. This is what I'm telling you about. Where they're going to take these nuclear devices, but it's not going to be nuclear. It's going to be the same thing that destroyed the World Trade. I don't know what that was. What was that destroyed the way? Nobody talked about that. And these guys, the first responders were down there first were saying that their shoes were melting. Their shoes were turning into dust as they were walking through whatever that was that destroyed the cities.
So now he's back to talking about September 11th. His thoughts are so scattered. Talk about September 11th. Then he's talking about him and what he plans on doing. Then he's talking about September 11th and how he feels like there are some weapons of mass destruction that the government is keeping from us. Things were turned into dust. The first responders, their boots were melting. So he feels like there's this grade of weapons that he is not able to access. There's something suspicious about that. And so his attempt in what he did in New York was him trying to duplicate and feeling like he wanted to have a hand in being destructive on a mass scale. He's probably going to catch a federal charge. Some people feel like he's not going to catch a terrorism charge, but the thing about it is federally, he did this in a subway station. Federal's concern is anyone who is seeking to harm people on public transportation, mass transportation. And then you talk about the subway system in New York. That's the heart. New York ain't shit without the subway. So the fact that he pulled this off, now mind you, there were no fatalities. It goes to show you how skilled he was. He had a 10-plus-year-old gun, old ammunition. the gun jammed. That's how old it was. He had no clue what he was doing. He went and found ancient fucking artifacts that should be in a museum and tried to pull off some terrorist shit. Well, his intent is laid out pretty well right here. And I don't think he's going to be beating these terrorism charges because he did this on public/mass transportation in a place as busy as New York. A sick Negro indeed.
And then you had these molten lava, like steel, just molten steel flowing down through the bottom of the basement. These fires that lasted for months. From 2 planes. Not a rocket, not a nuclear device, but 2 fucking commercial aluminum planes. Here in these buildings, you got molten steel flowing through the basement of the fucking World Trade Center. You got fires that last for months. Say whatever you want to me. Do whatever you want to me. I'm gonna die happy. I'm gonna die with a smile on my face and a song in my fucking heart. Fuck you.
They said he read Terrorism for Dummies. Something is so wrong with him.
This is a sick Negro.
I'm telling you, the whole time I'm watching this, I just kept saying this is a sick Negro because it is. This is a sick brother.
Oh, you motherfucker. You stinking bitch. Yeah, talk that shit. Talk that punk shit.
Oh.
That is dead, whore.
Who talking that shit? Nobody but you. You in the room by yourself, brother. Ooh.
That is dead, you stinking white bitch.
Oh my God.
Give me your hate. Bring it to me. Tell me what I'm not. You dead. Motherfucker. And the earth is your mother, you stinking vicious whore. You life-sucking parasite. What's your contribution to this earth? Shit, piss, and more pollution. That's your fucking contribution. Yeah, talk that shit. Talk that punk shit. That is dead, whore. That is dead, you stinking white bitch. Give me your hate. Bring it to me. Tell me what I'm not. You dead. Motherfucker. And the earth is your mother, you stinking vicious whore. You life-sucking parasite. What's your contribution to this earth? Shit, piss, and more pollution. That's your fucking contribution. That's all you contribute to this earth. And shit, piss, and more. And then want to talk shit and don't believe you're not begging me to take something and bash your motherfucking brains out like Ted Bundy. Did some co-eds. Caveman style. With a fucking log. Don't believe you asked me not to kill your fucking ass. Murder you, stinking bitch. But I ain't got to do shit. All I got to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. It's my time now, whore. You got this. You know, you not a real man. And you piece of shit. You use this whore. I want to watch you crawl, bitch. I want you to watch you crawl like Ukrainian, unfortunately, Ukrainian calling me online like them. You gonna do it, you dirty motherfucker. You gonna do it, you lousy whore. All smug and fat and sassy.
Oh.
You've been sitting like that for the last how many fucking...
Bitch, now I know you not calling nobody fat. Buddy, I'll shit you not. Earlier today, I'm looking at the pictures, regular pictures and the pictures when he got apprehended. And he got titties. You got titties. And you calling a woman fat? He talk about homeless people, but he got to wait till the 3rd so that he can check out his living situation. He's sleeping in that goddamn U-Haul, complaining about $47 a night hotels, complaining about other black people, complaining about mentally ill folk. Everything he's trying to drag them and shit. I just don't. Sometimes I'm like, I know you know what you're doing, but you're also stupid. Sick.
It's about to come in now. Putin said he got something for your ass. You shut the fuck. Listen, these Ukrainian motherfuckers belong to me. Yeah, they're gonna do what I say do, or we're gonna nuke the shit out of them and you and everybody else. And I hope that's the fucking case. It's time. It's time for this thing to come to a fucking end. And now I have become death. And now I have become death, the destroyer of fucking worlds. And we all have become that.
Wait a minute, the destroyer of the world. See, I didn't catch that. See, I was so busy. Wait a minute. Huh? So you thought you was about to blow up the world with them 4th of July. That was, and I'm not minimizing, right? Like, don't get me wrong, but just understand my train of thought. He really thought it was gonna be a boom, like half of the country was about to fall off. And it's like he had fucking fireworks in a smoke bomb and a decade-old gun that jammed. And he thought he was really about to set the world into a frenzy. We was about to be extinct. This is a sick nigga here.
It's time for this thing to come to a fucking end. And now I have become death. And now I have become death, the destroyer of fucking worlds. And we all have become that. All of humanity now is that. Death to the planet. So we should fucking die. We should go the fuck out of existence. Like the dinosaur, the dodo bird, the pasty pigeon, all the rest of the motherfuckers. I was watching something about the Australian tiger, what's called thylacine. They didn't go out of existence naturally. They were deliberately brought into extinction. They were hunted into extinction by the white motherfuckers came from Europe. They were in their natural environment where the fuck they're supposed to be because these motherfuckers would herd sheep. They hunted them to a fucking extinction. That's not your place to play God on this planet. This is what I'm saying. When you break law, when you break the law, whether you know it or not, or you understood the law or not, you got to pay for that shit. Ignorance of the fucking law is no.
And that's when I knew he wasn't a sovereign citizen, because he definitely gives off sovereign citizen vibes. Doesn't seem like he's hallucinating or seeing people or things. However, the fact that he's trying to hold other people to a standard of being responsible for their actions and having to deal with the ramifications of the law, that's when I knew, okay, well, he's not a sovereign citizen. He's just a fucking extremist. Like, wild.
No excuse to break. How many times the fucking police say that shit? Well, I didn't know. Oh, man. Well, it's too fucking bad. It's too bad you didn't know. You started to pay. And you got these shit-talking white bitches, broke-ass, working slob, paycheck to paycheck, fucking whore, want to fuck with me about some bullshit. Go right ahead. Talk that shit, bitch. Talk that shit. You dead. And you're such a vicious animal. You're such a demented whore. Your focus is not on the fact you're going to die. Your focus is on attacking me. You want to make me feel better about myself. And I know I'm a nigga. A real white woman, with a decent, well-adjusted white woman, wouldn't even waste her. She wouldn't even. Matter of fact, if she saw me, she'd look away from me and go the other direction. But a whore, a trailer trash piece of shit, ought to be pimp slapped and stomped. Piece of shit, of course, gonna try to attack, because you're broke, you're sorry, you're a sad piece of garbage, you're a bag of fucking trash. What else are you but a bag of trash? You want to attack me? you want to take 2 minutes to talk to me? I'm not important and you want to focus on me? Why you sorry? You piece of fucking trash bitch. A real white woman wouldn't even waste her time. But a piece of garbage, a sorry and sad and vicious piece of trash. Of course, you can't make me feel shit. Why? Because I know you're dead. I know you're dead. I know you have a fucking future. Stupid bitch, ignorant whore. Fuck are you talking about? I'm talking to white bitches. I'm focused on white bitches tonight. I'm white hole pimping tonight. That's the term pimps use. We had white hole pimping. So I'm white hole pimping tonight. So you motherfucker fuck me about some bullshit. You are a detriment to all. You're the reason the planet's dying. You should be dead because you're a parasite. You contribute to life here, stinking white bitch. What do you contribute to life here? You stinking motherfucker. Again, shit, piss, and pollution. That's your one and only contribution. What the fuck? And you're so ignorant and so backward and so but it's all about violence.
It's him calling people ignorant and backwards for me, buddy.
But I take a 2-pound can of clean peaches and bust you in your motherfucker. Would that be enough violence for you stinking white bitch? This is ordinary can of clean peaches, about 2 pound big candy, and say motherfucker, wah! Bust you in your motherfucker. Is that violent for you? Since you love violence so fucking much, you fucking whore? Did you enjoy 9/11? You must have loved that. You must have had orgasm watching that. You love violence. Since violence is the fucking answer. Since violence is what it's about, motherfucker, until you receive it. You love talking about violence. You love being violent against others, but you don't want to accept no violence. Fuck you. You will get some now. But Putin gets to shooting, which hope he does. He will. And then you have the Chinese involved. They have hypersonic missiles that go 5 to 7 times the sound. You're about to be fucked, white bitch, stinking whore, and you should be. You should be, motherfucker. No, you done got too overconfident in your whiteness. And if you ain't got $5 or $10 billion in your pocket, you stinking whore, you're a bag of garbage who needs to be disposed of. Fuck you. Talk that shit. Tell me what I'm not as a man. I'm a man to take something and bash your motherfucking brains out. I'm a man to make you drop dead. And that's all the fucking man need to be. You stinking piece of shit. Stinking piece of white shit. Because that's the fuck you are. Fuck you. Trailer trash, trailer park living stinking bitch. Yeah, talk that shit. Just mind my business. Do what I gotta do. I gotta hear shit from you over there. Give you some bullshit. Because you're full of hate. You're a hateful, devil, white devil bitch. Your time is coming, motherfucker. Your time is dead. Get ready for it. You cannot live happily ever after with nuclear bombs. They have to be used sooner. Somebody's gonna use them sooner or later, motherfucker.
You hear that? He's telling people that they about to go meet God or the devil, and saying there's no happily ever after when there's a such thing as nuclear weapons. So his obsession with nuclear weapons, his obsession with 9/11, he really felt like that hatchet, the gas canister, and that single automatic handgun and the smoke bomb, he felt like that was nuclear. He's saying that he's fear-mongering with it. Then he turns around and try to participate in what he thinks is nuclear weapons. Maybe that was somebody's fucking handy bag.
Yeah, talk that shit. Just mind my business. Do what I gotta do. I gotta hear shit me up there. Give you some bullshit. Because you're full of hate. You're a hateful, devil, white devil bitch. Your time is coming, motherfucker. Your time is there. Get ready for it. You cannot live happily ever after with nuclear bombs. They have to be used sooner. Somebody's gonna use them sooner or later, motherfucker. So don't talk about me, but that's not. Fuck. Tell me what I'm not as a human being and a man. Well, tell me about myself. You stupid fucking bitch. You use this piece of worthless shit. Meanwhile, Russia, China got nuclear devices pointed right at your fucking head. But your focus is on me and tell me about myself when I'm not. A nigga. You talking to a nigga. It's so you're so sad. Again, a real white woman, right in real class, who she wouldn't even waste her fucking breath. Matter of fact, she wouldn't even take she see me and go the other way. But not the trailer trash. Bag of garbage, stinking white bitch. Not her. I'm white hoe pimping tonight. I'm white hoe pimping. That's what I'm doing tonight. I'm white hoe pimping. Fuck you. I ain't gotta say you about to be fucked. Anyway, I'm gonna say what you about to, for real. You want to see disrespect, bitch? You want to see some disrespect. Them nuclear bombs you shoved up, like that 737 got shoved up your ass and cut on. Now you got about nuclear bombs shoved up your ass and cut on. So now we're going to have a nationwide 9/11 involving whatever that was, and it was some sort of nuclear shit, but it was some kind of, I don't know what it was, man, but you can see it. Those buildings were turned into dust. I'll keep saying it. And you can see it, if you want to see it. Turned into fucking dust by something. Right? But of course, when you want to blindfold yourself, you want to lie to yourself, you want to pretend this shit is not what it is. And again, watch the rockets. Real rockets that design and destroy structures. Hit apartment buildings, no buildings still standing. There's a lot of damage, but they don't collapse. 2 aluminum airplanes hit the World Trade. Those buildings designed to absorb the impact of airplanes. But again, like I said, you can take the knife you're about to cut the throat of a cow with and put it under his nose and let him sniff it. He'll sniff it, he'll lick it, but then after a while, just walk away from it. I can even see it. And this is what we're dealing with people talking this shit to me. We're still standing. There's a lot of damage for yourself. I'm gonna lie to yourself.
Because I'm trying to understand what he's saying. He said cut the throat and then something about some lines. I know I shouldn't be trying to follow the logic of an idiot, but sometimes and of idiots, right? But sometimes I just get curious, like, what the fuck are you? So I really dissected this and I really understood what he was saying. Although it was all over the place and it was asinine, I understood the deranged line of thinking, right? It doesn't mean I agree with it. I just understood, like, this is a sick Negro. But let me try to understand these last 60 seconds real quick, because what the hell?
So you want to pretend this shit is not what it is. And again, watch the rockets. Rockets that design and destroy.
You see, he's obsessed with nuclear weapons, rockets. Watch the rockets.
Hit apartment buildings, no buildings still standing. There's a lot of damage, but they don't collapse.
Okay, so he likes to clock the impact of different explosions or terrorist attempts.
2 aluminum airplanes hit the World Trade. Those buildings designed to absorb the impact of airplanes. But again, like I said, you can take the knife you're about to cut the throat of a cow with.
Take the knife, you're about to cut the throat of a coward, okay?
And put it under his nose and let him sniff it. He'll sniff it, he'll lick it, but then after a while, just walk away from it.
So you talking about cutting somebody's throat and then putting the knife under their nose? Is that like a method of killing to see if somebody gonna sniff or lick their own blood? Like, I just don't.
like he didn't see it. And this is what we're dealing with, people talk this shit to me. And so this is what I want to talk about. I don't give a fuck. Do whatever you want to do. I'm going to be here till tomorrow morning, regardless of how, whatever you say to do. Now I'm hearing some fucking sound, some kind of beep, buzzing sound. It doesn't matter. I'm going to speak myself. I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say.
He was paranoid. That's the one thing I can say. Throughout all of his videos, he was very paranoid. Whenever he rents a hotel room or whenever he hears something, he goes in a hotel room and does all these weird things because he feels like someone's watching him or someone's out to get him. That's sovereign citizen shit, but it can also just be like flat out paranoia, but it is one of those signals. But, you know, my mother used to tell me sometimes when I was like, quote unquote, scared for no reason, or I always thought the boogeyman was coming. She'd be like, that's because you ain't doing right. Why are you so scared if you were living right, you wouldn't be so goddamn paranoid. You living wrong. You know you out here thinking about killing people on a large scale, although you only have fireworks from 4th of July. You think about killing the world and you're paranoid that 2 people might murk you.
All right, so I'm back here for the video. I'm going to tell this video, what a day. What a fucking day, man.
Yeah, so this is a sick Negro. He's afraid of jail. That's why I really felt like when I was going through his stuff last night that he was not going to be taken in alive. I just knew he will blow his head off. And it's crazy he talks about coward, and he really is. He really is a coward himself. But
he was like one of the leaders of the cell block that he was in, whatever the case may be. I don't know how you call it. I'm not trying to think about prison, going to fucking prison. Scared to death. You ain't got to scare me straight. I scared myself straight all the time. I saw Scared Straight when it first came out. I saw Scared Straight. That shit scared me. That scared me straight when the first back in 1980, I think it was when that shit came out. Motherfucker said, take off your shoes, motherfucker. The man, give me them shit. The fuck are you talking? Stand up.
Thank you so much, Tierra Dennis, for joining the channel. I really appreciate you becoming a backstage sticky. Yeah, this brother's sick. The rabbit hole goes deep on this guy. I really had to stop myself last night. It was literally almost 4 o'clock in the morning. I got to be to work around about 9 a.m., a little before 9. And I really just had to say, you know what, go to sleep. And I was shook when I woke up this morning and saw his video archive on this platform was still here. I was like, damn, but a little after lunchtime, it was gone. But this fella has been talking this way for years, and he really should have been put away sooner, to be honest with you.
This is Prophet Truth Channel, but I am the Prophet of Doom. That's my original name, the Prophet of Doom. That's what I've called myself since I've been on YouTube. What do you think that's a... So what do you want from me? Doomsday is actually about to be here. We're actually about to experience Doomsday. So of course, why would you want to watch and listen to Prophet of Doom? Not mad at you one bit. But I'm going to talk about it because it has to be talked about. We need to know why we're going to die. We need to know why we're going to be...
Yeah, he was cracking himself up. He was cracking every video he has. He's talking about either absolutely nothing, like dust in the air, the sheets on his bed. Then he goes into talking about killing people, and he just be laughing the whole time. That's why I was just so taken aback watching his stuff. Like his mind is all over the place.
American nigga, this I keep telling you the same thing. White people and black people, as we call ourselves, should not have any contact with each other. You still refuse to understand this. You want to make up some fucking story about some Jesus and the Bible said dumb shit. They don't see it that way. They hate your fucking guts. And why do they hate your guts? Because they know that your rightful place is as a fucking slave in this country. They know that. You're the only one that doesn't realize that. And now you want to be equal to them by force. They didn't choose to elect, they didn't elect to make you equal. You had to force them to make you an equal. And now they're just getting more angry and more angry. The anger is building up. And nothing can happen here differently than what happened over in Europe with the Jews. I want you to believe that that's possible. I want you to delude yourself and tell yourself this fucking punk ass bullshit about that could never happen here. That could never happen here. Those are famous fucking last words. That could never happen here. Yes, it fucking could, and it will. And if they try to exterminate us, I would not be mad at them one fucking bit, because a nigga.
You got to be careful when people use the word exterminate. When they try to exterminate, oh, you better get the run. Anytime somebody's using that term, when they talking about somebody leaving this earth, exterminate.
And that's the fuck you are. Refuses to understand that you have a serious problem that you have not dealt with since they so-called set you free, and they didn't set you free, they turned you fucking loose. Fucking bit. Because a nigga, and that's the fuck you are, refuses to understand that you have a serious problem that you have not dealt with since they so-called set you free, and they didn't set you free, they turned you fucking loose. You cannot set free a domesticated animal. You can only turn it loose.
Well, guess what? You ain't getting set free, and you are an animal. You're an animal, pal. You sicko. They ain't setting you free. You can only turn it loose. You ain't getting turned loose. How about that? You, my brother, are not being turned loose. Because ain't no fixing you. Ain't no rehabilitating you. You are a sick Negro. And I hope you spend the rest. Matter of fact, you will. It's not even a hope. You're going to spend the rest of your day. You ain't even got that. How much longer you got on that watch? Buddy. I found a mugshot of this man in black and white. I shit you not.
And that's what was done to you. And your refusal to understand that means the death of your children. Means their early exit off this fucking planet. Your inability to understand that means your children are going to die and be killed in all kinds of ways. Like I told you about the levees in New Orleans. Negroes sitting there, hey, well, the white man going to fix it. And he did. He fixed it so it break again. And drown your ass out on cue. So you trust and believe in something, again, you love something that doesn't love you. Never did and never will. And these sick, mentally ill individuals are getting more and more angry, more and more agitated, more and more armed, more and more agitated, organized, and the result is your death. There's going to be a race war. Oh, possibly. If Putin doesn't drop the bomb, that's another way that you be getting rid of through a race war. Not fair to deal with that. I know you think you're, man, I wish you motherfuckers would get your dick. You ain't going to do shit but die. These motherfuckers up in the woods practicing and doing all kinds of shit, getting ready, doing 800 push-ups, a fucking hour, whatever it is, getting ready. They're going to get ready. And the sad part about it, as I said in my last video, is not that we're going to be dead. The sad part about it is that's where the fuck we need to be. So born in the insane asylum. When you think about that, a child being born in the insane asylum, and all it knows is craziness and madness. And as it grows up, that craziness and madness becomes normal.
Now we need to be dead.
That one child, now adult, sees crazy and insane as normal. Because it was born into the situation.
So let me show you this buzzard, because it's a low down dirty dog. Buzzard. That word is old. My grandmother used to call people buzzards. Buzzard. Let me show you this buzzard's lottery ticket, because yes, he did win the lottery in 2003. How do pieces of scum like him win the lottery? How? Sway? Let me show you this lottery ticket, because it ain't no joke. You go to the van he was sleeping in the van that he rented in Philly, in another state that he drove to New York. Show y'all. And here go the bag. Had the hatchet, the handgun, things like that. Let's get into this lottery ticket. Here go this lottery ticket. It got his name on there and everything. He photocopied it. $5,000, January 3rd, 2003. It pays the dream. New Jersey Lottery. Congratulations and thanks for playing. Instant lottery tickets. This fool. Of course, he had it uploaded on Facebook. Now, let me show you some. I didn't get all of his Facebook posts, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do another video on him or not. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But let me show you a couple of his posts, because he's been wanting to do this for a minute. Like I said, I read the quote earlier of the meme that he did. Look at this. Take a look here. He says, in 2020, and see, he said this stuff over the years, and he just like reshares it every year when it comes up like on his Facebook memories or whatever. But here it says, for everybody that wants to put me in my place, this is your place, which is a body bag, right? Then there's another one of him staring. Now, this is just clip art, but it's still considering what he did. And this was something that was from March 10th. He posts clip art of a person just staring at a bomb, like, no, all of this stuff put together, his theories, he's an extremist, it means something. And he followed through with this. He followed through. He needs medicine. He needs to be subdued. I mean, like, this guy is really, really wild. It's really wild. Again, for the longest time, he spoke extensively about crimes in city subways and basically said, cities can't do anything to stop, as he was talking about, like, September 11th and other, like, subway bombings and crimes. He was saying, like, oh, well, the cities can't do anything to stop that. Stuff like that is going to happen because they can't have increased police presence. They don't have enough police to have a police on every corner. So he was a sicko. Like, that is really the only way to put it. Like I said, another thing on his Facebook was, he said, they say the pen is mightier than the sword. I say that the bullet is mightier than both of them. Please don't make me prove it. This guy was wild. Send him to Arkham. Ain't that one of the jails in Batman? Yeah, this brother is nuts.
This is a sick Negro.
Beyond sick. Beyond sick. Sicko under the jail. Let me know your thoughts on this situation. Listen, make sure to tag me in all of your favorite trending topics on Instagram and Twitter. If you see, they said he had a 1960s mugshot. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I should have isolated it. It's in this B-roll somewhere in a collage. I probably should have isolated it, but yeah, he does have a black and white mugshot. But look, what are your thoughts? What do you think is going to happen to him? Do you think he's going to plead insanity? Do you think he'll ever see the light of day? I personally don't think that he's ever going to see the light of day again. Make sure you all tag me in your trending topics. If there's a story that I'm already covering and you see something going on, tag me. A lot of times my finger is on the pulse, but that doesn't mean every now and then when I get some stickies that tag me and stuff, that is something new that maybe I haven't seen, but a lot of times I have already seen a lot of things and I follow this stuff closely. I do have a Carry On Franklin update, but I'm going to give that to you in another video. I've been following the Carry On Franklin case. Carry On Franklin was arrested some days ago. There was also a phone call that took place. So catch up on some of the other content that I have here on the channel. Y'all know I do what I can do to deliver the best black news and breaking celebrity updates. And that's what my channel is all about over here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some time. I'm going to play my members commercial. This is for my members only, for my channel members. I'm going to play this. I'm going to go over your comments and see what else there is. And we're going to close this thing out. I'm either going to come back and do the Carry On video or we're going to do a members only backstage video. So drop some pancakes for me. Use your special emojis. Comment your thoughts extensively while I let this commercial play. I'm going to read some, come back, address those, and we're going to get out of here. Okay? Make sure y'all hit thumbs up on the video and drop them pancakes.
The plainest Jane. This is one of my favorite comments here. She says, I loves me some black, and she said, loves me some black news. She says, is it just me, or does anyone else get tired of seeing people that don't look like them delivering info about them day in and day out?
So wait a minute, you ain't joined the channel yet so that you can access special perks over here with the plainest Jane?
Rolex on your wrist, a plain Jane.
Ooh, watch this. Hey, I'm the plainest Jane. I'm a cultural commentator and informant, and I provide sticky coverage on trending stories, black news, Black culture, and everyday topics with a sticky, abstract perspective. So get familiar with the perks. I've carefully curated all of these things, and it's just a little exclusive glaze to amplify the way that you express yourself. So get comfortable, get used to our official emoji over here. That is the pancake stack, because it's always sticky in Hollywood and in real life, and especially when you spend the time over here with the plainest Jane. Like I said, I hope you enjoy the exclusive glaze that I've provided for you to amplify the way you express yourself, and I hope you enjoy the digital vibe. Hey, listen, I always want you to keep it sticky, but be sure to think critically and independently, regardless of what you hear from me or anybody else. But most importantly, I hope that you're feeling all right, and hopefully you've had some time to tackle some of your invisible problems. I know I got a couple of new subscribers, and I just want to say thank y'all. I really do appreciate you. And if you're not quite feeling all right, this channel right here, once you join, it's going to help you kick back and decompress always, but it'll also keep you in the know with what's happening with the best Black news, celebrity entertainment, and a splash of controversy. So again, get comfortable. The first drink is on me, all right? Act like you got some sense, and I'll see you around. But don't forget to keep it sticky 24/7 by following me on Instagram, but hit that notification bell so that you always know when I upload and you get your dose of syrup first. Now, with all that stickiness being said, the most important thing I want you to remember about this neck of the woods and the plainest Jane is Black Lives Matter. And if you don't agree,
Buy pumpkin. That would take you out. I don't play that shit.
Now you gotta go for real.
it's just that simple. Hey, look, whether you join or not, I do want you to stay beautiful, Black, and blessed. And just know I appreciate your support. I'm your girl, the plainest Jane. And let's see what's happening in these virtual streets. You ready? All right now. This could be a crazy ride. I'm warning you now. And we're back. Listen, thank you all so much for coming through. Usually I give you all my sticky note around this time. The sticky note is a motivational quote. It is the most important thing of the day that I want to leave you with. And it is something that I personally craft. I don't go around taking other people's motivational quotes. I quote my own. I craft my own quotes. And you can check out the community tab if you're missing the sticky notes, right? But what I actually want to spend some time with today, instead of the sticky note, is talking about Black woman unity. You know, recently with the Christian Toby Obumseli situation, Black guy in love with white woman. There's nothing wrong with having a preference. However, when you use your preference as a reason to degrade Black women and to put other people above us as a man of color, that's when we just got to sit this one out. And unfortunately, he was stabbed to death by his white girlfriend. And Black women, we collectively were like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not advocating, because see, one thing about Black women, we are passionate, we can be loud, we can have a big mind. It doesn't always mean loud, like physically, right? Our voices are very amplified. We're creative with the way that we express. And when there's emotion behind what it is that we're advocating for, we don't stop. And we don't stop talking about it until we feel like enough people know, or until the change has taken place. And we sat down, and it was the unity, right, within Black women all just coming together. I just wanted to congratulate us. I tweeted this, I put it on Twitter, and then I also put it on the community tab earlier today. We collectively just decided to sit this one out, because there's no reason that Black women should be utilizing our resources, our passion, our emotion, whatever tools that we have to advocate for justice, because someone's using that white privilege to murder you in cold blood. Why should we be using our voice to advocate for you when you clearly hated us, you know? So I've done videos on that. If you haven't been caught up on that story, be sure to check out some of the previous content, because that is also something I covered. But the unity, I have not seen that amount of unity in the longest time. And when I say we came together quickly, we sat by the pool with our sunglasses, with our mimosas. Anytime we saw a post where it was like, oh, we want justice. Oh, she's out at the bar. Oh, it seems like she's gonna get away with it. Child, Black woman pulled up underneath them posts like, this is none of my 4C business. This is none of my nappy-headed ass business, because that's how he referred to us. We sat it out. And it was just so ironic, because We would just show up on the post like, well, what's for dinner? Okay, anyway, so what's for lunch? Because his brother came forward and said, we need the support of the Black community to get justice for his death. Oh, no. You're not getting support from the very group of people that he talks shit about all day and night. He felt like he leveled up because he got with, he felt like Black women disgrace themselves and make a fool out of themselves on TV. And it's crazy because you dealt with a white woman who literally sells cootie cat on OnlyFans. If that's not making a fool of yourself on a screen, albeit television or not, and you can pull up OnlyFans on the TV. So baby, miss me with that shit. Black women, we pulled up to every post about that. Like, what's for lunch? What's for dinner? We was sitting up by the pool, had our drinks. No. There are people like Breonna Taylor and so on and so forth that really deserve our advocacy. And actually, I pulled a couple of stories where justice really wasn't served and it was self-defense. And those are some of the things that we need to be focused on instead of a colorist and then people blaming Black women. Blaming Black women for wanting to sit this one out. It was crazy the slight amount of slander that we received. We received some slander. You're bitter because he didn't want to choose you and you wouldn't have chosen him anyway. That doesn't mean he deserved to die. No one said he deserved, at least I didn't say he deserved to die. But he damn sure don't deserve our advocacy and our voices and our resources. Black women, when we are creating awareness or advocating for someone or something, it takes an emotional toll on us because we are passionate as hell. I'm not donating my energy or time into or my mindset to a brother who literally hated us. Period, point blank. So just the unity, the way we came together quickly, it was beautiful. And a lot of times we can be very divided in the Black community. We just want to just professionally disagree just because we like to go against the grain and so on and so forth. But this was something that the overwhelming majority of us, we were on code, which is a whole nother discussion, right? Like, what is code? Should we be on code? Nah, we did the thing with that. And I just had to really enjoy and embrace that moment. And we do have a lot of great discussions about food when we see posts like that. So shout out to Black women and all of our glory and our unity and our togetherness. Okay. So that is kind of, the sticky note, the motivational moment of this video. And thank you so much, Sunstar, for that compliment. I did see that. Y'all see this black and white mugshot? Wait. Boom. This brother has been committing crime since Rosa Parks was here. It's like, no, this man, again, his record is extensive. 9 prior arrests in New York from 1992 to 98. 3 New Jersey arrests, 1991, 1992, 2007. This is a sick Negro. This is a sick Negro. But this was an amazing show. I really enjoyed going through the footage that I was able to find before they snatched his archive offline.
This is a sick Negro.
Okay. But look, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for your support, your time, and energy. Understand, I take none of that stuff for granted. Let me know your thoughts on this story. How do you think he's going to be sentenced? Do you think that maybe, I'm not sure what facility he's going to be taken to. Do you think he might have to deal with general population? Do you think he might be in danger? Do you think when he goes in there, general pop might beat him up? Like, what do you think his jail experience is going to be like? Any and all thoughts, I would love to hear from you down below. Do you feel like he reminds you of Uncle Rukus from the Boondocks or not? Any and all thoughts, keep it sticking real down below in the comments. But look, don't forget to check in on yourself, find some peace, and do some things to grant yourself release, okay? Make sure you consider subscribing. I do my best to do deep dives and to be as accurate as possible and to give you all an amazing production over here. And it takes a lot of work to go live and do this stuff. I really was supposed to be talking about Kerrion Franklin and the research and the digging I've been doing on that tonight, but I felt like this discussion, because it's more so worldwide news, and I don't just want to focus on celebrity and what's going on in the celebrity world, because those people are not like relatable, like what's happening on the ground with the real Black experience. So the balance between Black news and celebrity updates is something that I do take serious, and I do value balance, and I feel like we need both, as opposed to just being in the blogs all day and seeing what the people outside of our tax bracket are up to. So consider subscribing for some of the best Black news and breaking celebrity updates. Don't forget to thumbs up on this video or down. Either way, I appreciate it. And be sure to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of this syrup that I'm over here dishing. And look, drop some pancake emojis. Things are always sticky in Hollywood in real life. And y'all be sure to stay beautiful, Black, and blessed until the next video. And thank you to all the channel members that joined and that are in attendance. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Deuces. But that's it. If you want to catch more of my commentary on Black culture or vital and trending information, be sure to subscribe by hitting that little circle in the middle of the screen. Or I'll catch you in one of these rectangles to the right in another video. I'll see you there.